morning. Let's go to New York.
After moving back from London, I've been trying to figure out where in the US I want to live. I've been thinking New York City could be that place, but I hadn't been in a while. So, when one of my friends from London mentioned that she would be in New York for work and would love to see me, I booked a flight so fast. It's funny to think that the last time I came to New York, it was my first ever solo trip and I had no idea what I was doing. And now I'm coming back after having lived abroad and having so much more travel and life experience that I couldn't have even imagined at that time.
Okay, I dropped my bag. I'm caffeinated and I'm ready to face the city.
One of my London flatmates now lives just outside of New York City, so she was able to come as well and we turned it into a little reunion trip.
I found Sarah! Hi! And we have had lunch and we popped into a variety store called the Locavore, which is all local items from New York. And I got, hold on, I'll show you. Sarah's holding the microphone for me.
It takes a village.
Yeah. I got a cannoli bar. How cool is that? Speaking to my chest. Okay, cannoli bar taste test. Oh, it's white. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Kind of like a Biscoff.
Yeah, it is like a Biscoff actually.
Nowadays, whenever I'm in a city, I really can't help but compare it to London, and usually it falls short. I just love London so much. But as we were walking from the West Village over to the Hudson, the only comparisons I found myself making were small things like, oh, the walk sign is white instead of green. All that to say, New York doesn't feel like a consolation prize to me. It feels like a whole new, fun experience in itself.
We're looking for somewhere to stick the camera so we can get a good shot. We just went to Aesop/Aesop, unsure how to pronounce it. I went in and I said, Sarah, don't let me buy anything over...
I don't recall that.
Okay, a few minutes earlier, I had said I can't buy anything too much because I have a luggage limit. I'm only in a carry-on. I walk into Aesop. What do? I get mesmerized by the sales associate and I buy a 6.75 ounce item. Immediately.
Straight to it.
So it looks like we're checking the carry-on.
Then we finally got the text we'd been waiting for all day. Katie was off work, so we were off to see her for the first time in 10 months. We anxiously awaited her arrival and got to see not only her, but some of our favorite M&S snacks. And we spent the evening catching up over one of the best meals I've ever had.
That's them acting natural.
The next morning, I had another very exciting reunion with Pret Coffee. In London, my Pret subscription became a big part of my personality, so sipping my Pret on a bench in Madison Square Park was just one of the best parts of my day. Oh, and Sarah was there too. Sadly, Katie had to work during the day again, but Sarah and I ventured over to Greenpoint to try some bakeries and bop around in some shops. This was my first time in Greenpoint, and not to make yet another London comparison, but it reminded me so much of the area in Southwest London where Sarah and I used to live. And Radio Bakery was very surprisingly blasting some George Strait and Brooks and Dunn, and I was loving it. Once we met up with Katie, I was too caught up in the moment and forgot to vlog, but we had a nice night out on the town, followed by some coffee and bagels in the morning. It was Katie's first ever New York bagel, and honestly, watching someone experience the classics for the first time is just the best. This was our big touristy day, and one of my favorite parts of it was just seeing everything through her eyes. It was like getting to experience it all for the first time again. As we were walking through Central Park, this older man excitedly came over to us and wanted to point out some landmarks to us, and it was really cute because he was going up to multiple groups and doing this, and you could just tell it was like one of the best parts of his day. And speaking of cute moments with strangers, we also witnessed a wedding, which was so fun to see. People always talk about the energy in New York, and it's something that I really felt on this trip. And let me tell you, that city energy is something I have been missing so much since leaving London. Endless restaurants and wine bars to try, walking everywhere, talking to strangers, never knowing where the next moment will lead you. I just love it, and I never wanted it to end, but alas, our final day did arrive, and we had one thing left on our to-do list, which was to get Katie a New York slice. And with that ticked off, it was time to say goodbye to each other and goodbye to New York. For now.